What's up guys, today I'm checking out the new Honor Band 9. Now this smart fitness watch launched quite recently and it can be picked up for £49. In fact, it's actually on sale, so it's slightly cheaper, $44.99 on Honor's official website. So this is my full review to show you what this watch can do and how good it really is. So I've been wearing this for a few days and we have a lot to talk about. Before we begin, let's quickly check out what you get inside the box. So you've got paperwork inside the box, which I haven't touched. You've got a USB-A to magnetic charger and the smart fitness watch itself. Now first of all, let's take a look at the design. Now the watch is made from an all plastic watch case. On the sides you can see it's coated with a shiny finish, almost giving it a metallic-like look. Now the back of the case is also made from plastic with your health sensors in the middle, consisting of optical heart rate and pulse oximeter. Now the straps are made from silicone and they do feature a quick release. So you press the button to remove the strap, and to fix back on you just push the clip back into the watch case and you'll hear it click in. Now on the side we have no buttons at all. In fact, there are no buttons anywhere on this watch, and also there is no built-in microphone or speaker as it does not support Bluetooth calls. So you navigate completely with the touchscreen, which is quite responsive mind you, but it does take some getting used to if you're used to having a button on your watch. Now the watch dimensions are as follows: 43mm by 27.8mm. It's only 9.49mm thick, and this watch weighs 26.6 grams with the straps on. So very slim and light in design, and this is how the watch looks on my wrist. And I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and this watch feels so light and comfortable with such a nice, beautiful AMOLED screen, and it's compact and light in design. Straight away, I want to just tell you guys a con. If you've got the AOD active, the always on screen active, flick to raise will not work. So you have to tap the screen in order to wake it. Most other watches, you could just flick your screen regardless of AOD, but this feature gets disabled when you activate AOD. That's something really annoying straight away. I don't usually spit out the cons this early, but this is one thing that really does bother me. So I am forced to switch off the AOD, and then raise to wake works fine. And speaking of the display, this is a 1.57 inch AMOLED display with a screen resolution of 252 by 402. So nice screen for the price, and of course responsive touchscreen to go with it. Furthermore, the system OS is a custom user-friendly OS by Honor. It's a very basic OS with a basic chipset. There is no built-in Wi-Fi, there is no built-in GPS, and you cannot take phone calls on the watch. But you do get alerts when someone calls you. Furthermore, this watch functions by connecting to your smartphone via Bluetooth 5.3, and your health data automatically syncs from the watch to the phone. And the best thing about Honor Band 9 is that it will work with Android or iPhone, and I've actually tested and connected with both, and both work equally good. Furthermore, you have 24-hour heart rate monitoring, which is on by default. And I actually had to switch on the all-day blood oxygen and all-day stress monitoring. They were both off by default, so I did switch these two on. Furthermore, you have automatic sleep monitoring and healthy sleep on by default. Now let's actually talk about sleep monitoring. Now this watch actually does a very decent job in tracking your sleep at night. It does support multiple sleep stages as well. And to test this, I was wearing two watches. So this watch, and I got the Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 on the other hand. So they both actually produced nearly the same results. So 6 hours 3 minutes on the Samsung, and 6 hours 4 minutes on the Honor Band 9. So basically same accuracy as the Samsung Fit 3. And you can see the information on screen. I actually went to sleep early last night. 8 p.m. I was in bed and I woke up at 2:16. And you can see it gives you all your information there. It can record naps and it can record multiple sleeps. So for more detailed information on the multiple sleeps, you need to look at the phone app. If we tap on sleep, you can see there I went to sleep at 8. And I woke up at 2:16. So it does record multiple sleeps, but it does it slightly differently. So if you look at the details here, under orange is when I was awake. I didn't get out of bed 3 times. I only got out of bed once. It's not giving me that detailed information, what time I actually got up. It's just saying you were awake at 3 times. So I could have been awake in bed. I might have opened my eyes or whatever it is. It knows, but it's not telling me exactly what when I got up. Went to the bathroom or went to have a drink or whatever I did. But the Samsung does tell me this. I just want to show you the comparison now. So Samsung tells me I went to sleep at 8, which is exactly what we have here, 8:02, and the same thing on Samsung, 8:02. But I woke up at 12:41, bathroom break, and I went back to sleep at 12:52. So that is, Samsung has done it correctly. Multiple sleep recordings on the Fit 3 does work, guys. But on this over here, it doesn't say 12:52 at all. It doesn't say that I woke up at 12:52. So it hasn't accurately logged that occasion where I got up. But according to the Samsung, you can see I went back to sleep at 12:52 and then I woke up at 2:16. Total sleep time 5 hours 34 minutes. So it's recorded the full sleep. In between, I woke up and went back to sleep. The time you woke up and the time you went back to sleep does not get recorded like it does on the Samsung and other watches. So sleep monitoring is good. It does record multiple sleep stages, but the detailed information is just not available to read. Now, saying all of that, I'm still happy with the watch that at least it records the sleep accurately. This watch has a 180 milliamp hour battery, and the included magnetic charger can get you from 0 to 100 in around 40 minutes. Now, Honor quotes 14 days battery life in the default mode, which is actually quite true. So as long as you leave all the features off as default. So by default, the always on display is off. The blood oxygen monitoring and stress monitoring is also off. So if you leave everything as is, yes, you can achieve up to 14 days. But if you activate the 24/7 mode for all health features and leave AOD off, you can then expect around 5 to 6 days battery life realistically, which is still quite good. And another usage scenario, if I switched on all health tracking, that's 24/7 heart rate, SpO2, and stress and sleep, and then if I switched on the always on display, which I have been doing, then the battery life is barely 2 days. So depending on how you use it, the battery life can be good, but if you do switch everything on and take advantage of all the watch features, then the battery life is not great for a fitness tracker. Now, all your health activities can be viewed from within the smartphone app. And the smartphone app is called the Honor Health app. It's available on both Android and iOS. And as soon as you open the app, it pairs and syncs all the data from the watch to the phone. And you can view detailed reports of any of these metrics by simply tapping on them. If we tap on devices, it will give you a bunch of settings to play with. Now let's go through them. First thing I noticed is on the top, it tells you your battery and it tells you the model number of the watch. So Honor Band 9, and it shows you a watch face. Now, usually with nearly all the other fitness tracking watches like this one, it will match the watch face to the top. So you can see we have this white and green watch face, but the watch face it shows you there is a totally different one. So it's not smart enough to sync that watch face to the top information tab. Now over here, you've got the watch place market. If I tap on more, you can see we have a whole bunch of watch faces, and then you've got your downloaded watch faces. Now, more about watch faces a little bit later in the video. Now, if we tap on that information block, again, it shows you your watch with a totally different watch face. It tells you you're connected and the battery information. You even got some health metrics there. You've got step, calorie, and distance. Again, watch face market repeats itself. Then you've got all your watch settings. So health alerts, so you can decide what health features you want on or off. You've got your local weather, which you can set, and you can change the units of temperature. It was Fahrenheit by default. I changed to Celsius. We've got music management. So the band can control phone music. So if you're playing music on the phone, you can control it from the band. The feature is actually off by default. I did switch it on. Now we've got a wearable alarm. So alarms, you've got notifications, okay, background protection, user guide, find my device. Then you've got device settings where you can alter two simple options. If we go back, then you've got firmware update and factory reset settings. So simple and informative smartphone app. Okay, now let's talk about iOS compatibility. Yes, you can use this watch with your iPhone. And yes, you get the same health tracking options. All features work exactly the same. So it doesn't matter what phone you use can use either Android or iOS. The features are the same and the overall user experience is exactly the same. You're not getting anything extra and you're not getting anything less. This smartwatch has a number of watch faces built in, and as usual, to change your watch face, keep the center press. The screen will slightly zoom out and you'll feel some haptic feedback. You can then swipe left or right to change your watch face. You can also download watch faces completely free of charge from within the smartphone app. And under the Me section, these are your watch face downloads, and you only have one to begin with. I went ahead and downloaded another 5 watch faces before the storage got full up. Now, if I try to download a watch face, it gives me that message, insufficient storage. If you see the size of these watch faces, 142 KB. These watch faces are not even a megabyte in size. We're talking about KBs, guys, not MBs. So very, very small size watch faces. But I was only able to have 6 downloaded at any one point. 6 watch faces is all I could download, guys, before the storage got full. So that is probably not even 1 megabyte worth of watch faces. So it looks like Honor's taken a massive shortcut when it comes to space for watch faces. Now, if you do want to download any more watch faces, you tap edit, and then you can start deleting the ones that you don't want. For this example, I just want to download one to show you how long it takes to download a watch face. So that's how we're going to briefly test the performance of this watch. We're going to try that luxurious watch face again. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how long it takes. So it's installing 165 kbs. That's all it is. It's still installing, 37%. 10 seconds have elapsed. I can't believe that this is still trying to install this watch face. 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 21 seconds. Here we go. 100%. Okay, it's applied, so I don't even have to press apply. It took 26 seconds to transfer this watch face from this phone, and it's only 165 KB. So that's less than half a megabyte. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe it takes that long, which is very slow. So watch downloads and transfers are quite slow. Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys a quick demo of some of the watch faces that I've downloaded on this watch. Here we go. So another mention about the watch faces, there are 2 watch faces by default that you can customize. Only 2 of them you can customize. There's a settings cog under those watch faces. The rest of the watch faces you just can't customize. So if you tap on the settings, so after a few tries, if you manage to tap on settings, it will give you the chance to edit 2 of the complications on the watch. So you just tap on them and you change them. All right, so it's now time to check out the watch features. If you swipe down from the top, you've got your quick toggles for common settings like torch, alarms, do not disturb, shortcuts to main settings, and more. If you swipe up from the bottom, you will see notifications, and these are pushed from your phone, and they are read only, so you cannot reply to any of these notifications. If you swipe towards the left, you will see first of all your apps. So there's no side button to bring up the app drawer. The app drawer is the first swipe. So we'll quickly go through all the apps. You've got workout, workout records, workout status, fitness age, heart rate, SpO2, activity records, sleep, stress, breathing exercises, music, notification, weather, stopwatch, timer, alarm, torch, find phone, and settings. And right at the bottom it says column. If you tap it, it will change the layout into icons or list. Now let's quickly go through some of these features. I want to show you what music is first of all. So that's basically a remote player for your phone. So if you've got your phone and you're listening to music on your phone, you can simply press the play button and the music will, so this becomes a music remote control, and it even gives you the name of the song and the artist. Then you've got volume control as well. You can turn the volume up and down. So that's a straightforward music player. I actually want to show you the process of wearing the watch as well, so you know what I'm going through. So the strap goes like that, and then you have to bring it to the end and just push. Now the problem here is the watch is always going to be loose unless you try and pull the watch strap back and then quickly come forward, and then you might get a little bit of tightness, but you're probably not matching the hole, so it won't even go and fit into the hole. So you need to readjust and then press, and then still there will be a struggle, absolute struggle, and then it still won't work, and then by then it will become loose. So you try again. Maybe there's another way of doing this, but I haven't figured it out, guys. Share with me in the comments how you, okay, it worked. After a few tries, you get there. It's not super tight on the wrist. It's still a little bit loose. So not enjoying the watch strap. Let me just tell you that right now. And other apps, you've got alarm. You can add an alarm. You've got timers, torch. Torch will just make the screen super white, bright. Okay, you've got stopwatch, we've got weather, showing you music, breathing exercises, you've got stress tracking, you've got sleep monitoring, activity records for any exercises you've done, and so on and so forth. So those are all your apps. Now if you swipe left again, so these are your tiles that we're going through now. So that's your heart rate. That if we swipe again, you've got local weather. Keep going, you've got some health rings. Swipe again, it'll bring you back to the watch face. If you swipe towards the right, you get the same tiles in reverse until you get back to the watch face. There's no quick way to get back to the watch face. If you're inside, say, 3 layers, to get back, you need to swipe. You have to swipe back and you have to swipe back again. So you will be swiping multiple times depending on how deep you are in the layers of the system. If you had a button, you just press the button. No matter where you are, it will take you to the home page. That's why I prefer a watch with a button. So those are basically all your features. My favorite watch face is this one here. It gives you the most amount of information. And if you're wondering what this watch face is called, it's called, yeah, exactly. It's a Chinese watch face. It's in Chinese, so I have no idea what it's called. But I did download this watch face. It was completely free to download from the smartphone app. Another watch face that I really like is the default one. So I'll show you which one that is. That's this one here, the one that you get on the box, default one. So if you want a bit of a smart classic look, this watch face does the trick. I do like how this watch face looks. Okay, so now it's time to test out the health sensors. I've got here my Braun Oximeter. Someone specifically mentioned my Braun Oximeter, telling me it's not accurate. I've tested this against medical grade heart rate monitors and it's accurate. It's fast and it's accurate. So let me tell you, I've already done the tests. This is a very good quality, a very good oximeter. So it can read your heart rate and your blood oxygen at the same time, in real time. So we're going to compare the results with this watch and we're going to see how accurate the watch is. So you can see my heart rate is on 72 and the watch is on 73. 72 versus 73 right now. 73 versus 73, neck and neck. 71, 72. So the Honor Band 9 has a pretty good heart rate sensor, and you can see it is keeping up with a medical grade sensor. Now I want to test the blood oxygen. So here is another issue I have with this watch, and I just have to be honest, I can't help it. You know, I just expect better. That's, especially from a big brand like Honor, I expect better. So another feature of this that you don't get is tile customizations. So usually you can keep the center press when you're on a tile and you'll be able to customize, add and remove tiles. You can't do that on this watch, it's fixed. So unfortunately, I don't have a tile for SpO2. So to get to SpO2, I need to find the app and tap on it. So we are going to measure it. It's saying 96%, which is kind of exactly what we had a second ago. Measure. So we're doing a new measurement. You can see the medical grade is showing 97%. I've got 43 seconds. 97%, guys. Okay, medical grade has just gone up to 98. So I'm actually quite impressed that where Honor has skimped in certain features, at least the health sensors do appear to be quite accurate. Now let's take this test a little bit further. We'll do a quick treadmill run. Okay, so I'm on the treadmill, just running a little bit, getting the heart rate up, and then we're going to compare. The medical grade sensor is giving me 94% blood oxygen and 103 beats per minute. And we've got 103 beats per minute. And we will check the blood oxygen as well. But I just want to show you that the heart rate is neck and neck right now. I did sprint a little bit. I got my heart rate up above 100. And they're both giving accurate results. I'm going to stop a second just to show you so it's not shaky. 107, the heart rate is neck and neck. Okay, 108, a little bit high there. It's going down 105. 90 versus 98, 97. I don't know if this will work while I'm standing, but we're expecting about 95 or 96%. But it's going up now to 97. Trying to keep my hand still. 96 versus 97. Guys, I'm alright with that. That is pretty decent. Let's turn this treadmill off and just avoid falling on the floor before we go back and conclude this video. So there you have it, guys. That was the Honor Band 9. Now for a £49 smart fitness watch, the Honor Band 9 delivers a pretty decent experience for such a low price. The brand is known to offer great value for your money, and this is still true for this watch. Now I personally love how this watch feels on my wrist. It's slightly lighter and slimmer than the Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 and the Xiaomi Band 8 Pro. Now the watch features an always on display, but it's not as good as the competition. It's very basic and very boring and lacks ingenuity. You have an option to choose a style, and that is going to be your always on display. It doesn't have the ability to follow the design of the watch face like you have on a Samsung. So when the Samsung's always on display kicks in, it follows the design of the watch face, which is the right way to do it. This one just goes to a standard preset and you can't flick your wrist to wake the screen. Other caveats to consider: no GPS, no buttons at all, no Bluetooth calls. The lowest storage space we have ever seen in a smart fitness watch in 2024 so far, even in 2023. This has to be the lowest. And something I didn't mention earlier, you have limited choice of downloadable watch faces. So if I just count one row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times 3, 48 watch faces downloadable, and that is it. And on top of that, you can only have 5 or 6 downloaded at any one time. The competition, even in this price range, will give you pages and pages of watch faces to download. So this one is quite limited with choice. I mentioned this as well, I'll mention it again, the tiles are not customizable. So Xiaomi and Samsung both let you customize tiles. So you can swipe, keep a tile press, and you can customize the tile. So you can see there is a long list of cons. But then I have to remind myself and you guys that this watch is only £44. It will be £49 after the sale. For that price, I would still recommend it because it offers you a comfortable, beautiful AMOLED display, accurate heart rate and accurate SpO2 tracking. That is rare at this price point. So yeah, I can still recommend, even with all of those cons, I can still recommend this watch. I've given you the facts and what to consider. Ultimate choice is, of course, yours. And with all that being said, I hope you found this video useful. If you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.